Seriously, this is pretty stupid. Okay, so I'm just going to read you a handful of headlines over the past, I think, 2 weeks or so. U.S. national debt adds 1 trillion in 6 months. The U.S. needs to borrow almost 300 billion just this week. Q1 2018 was a disaster for America. From January 1st, 2018 through March 28th, 2018, real GDP likely grew $110 billion. However, the fly in the ointment, according to the Treasury, from January 1st, 2018 through March 28th, 2018, federal debt rose by an astounding $621 billion. I'll read that again. Real GDP grew $110 billion. Federal debt rose by $621 billion. This is insanity. That's what this is. And then you have this clown right here. I am the king of debt. I am the king of debt. I am great with debt. Nobody knows debt better than me, Trump told Norah O'Donnell in an interview on CBS this morning. So he comes out and he says things like, I'd be so bored if I was presidential, because he's telling you, I'm giving you a show, so you don't even come close to thinking or talking about the U.S. national debt adds $1 trillion in 6 months. Wouldn't matter if it was Hillary Clinton. Wouldn't matter if it was shoe and sock in there. It's math, plain and simple. And what blows my mind is that we have YouTube channels that have been preaching the end of days and the book of Revelation and decoding the Bible and CERN. I mean, channels with hundreds of thousands of followers and YouTube subscribers and all this, what have you, their own websites, preaching this stuff. This guy gets elected, and it's like, nope, doom's off, everybody. Trump's going to save us all. How about this? Fed chair. Powell testifies to Congress. Where is it? Where'd it go? Let me find it. Here it is right here. The new Federal Reserve President Chair, whatever you want to call it, Jerome Powell, said we really need to get on a sustainable fiscal path. So here's the guy who's the head of the bank that we owe all the money to, saying we're not on a sustainable fiscal path. And his name, not by mistake, is Jerome Powell, because the United States is an offshoot of Rome. So Rome is going to get knocked out, and no one is going to see this knockout punch coming. I'm not saying, I haven't said anything to anybody, and I'm not going to. And I'm just, this, because this is hilarious. This is going to be a fun little secret. Where overnight, I don't know if it's going to get, the dollar's going to get devalued like it did in the Great Depression. I don't know if there's going to be, the dollar even losing its reserve currency status, or if there's going to be just like an economic currency reset altogether. But it's math that this moment's coming. They've been preparing for it for years, and here we have this guy right here telling us Rome is about to get knocked out. And listen, listen, listen. Can you hear that? That's the sound of a bubble losing its air. Because I don't know if you've been watching the stock market lately, especially since the first crash happened. Just coincidentally enough, the biggest stock market crash in history happened the day this guy took power and became the chairman. That thing's been up and down hundreds of points on a daily basis, the most volatile, violent swings that anybody's ever seen. And what's great, we're on record low volume, so what that means is you got a bunch of robots and machines trading with each other. I mean, what's happening right now, and no one knows about it, no one pays attention, is the most, it's insane. Talk about laws, crimes, felonies being committed every second of every day on Wall Street, and it trickles all around to the governments and all around to the banks and all around to our wallets and pocketbooks. It's unbelievable. I just got another notice in the mail from my company that I work for trying to get me to sign up for a pension plan. And I want to call that number and say, if you send me one of these things again, we're going to have some trouble. I don't know if we're going to have to get law involved or whatever the case may be, but this is fraud. Quit pressuring me to sign up for a fraudulent scam. Yep. So that's it. Thanks to my subscribers.